A.J. Honk, the former Packer, now a Cincinnati Bengal, grew up in the Dayton area, Centerville Elks, I believe, and probably grew up a Bengals fan. And happy to be out of Green Bay, I'm sure, because he wanted to go home. He joins us now. Is that how it played out, A.J.?
Exactly. I think you hit my timeline perfectly right there, Dan.
That's what I thought. Was there any chance of staying in Green Bay?
I mean, usually when the GM calls you and tells you thanks for your service, no, it wasn't a big chance to stay there. I don't know in the future, later on down the road, later in the summer or whatever, if I would have tried to hang around and get back in there. I don't know if that was a possibility. It's maybe, but I do not know. That was not a guarantee for sure.
Okay, did you expect the call from Ted Thompson saying thanks for the memories, some nice parting gifts? See you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting a nice parting gift, but, yeah, I kind of expected the call and knew had a feeling it was going to happen. I was owed a bonus in March, so I knew something had to happen before that. And so it did. And obviously I would love to stay there for my whole career, but the reality is it's tough to do that this league.
Did you cry?
I did not. I'm a big crier. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm not scared to be emotional. That's for sure. Both my two kids did it to me. I cry at anything. I'll cry at a commercial these days. But I don't know. I was a bit surprised when it was not surprised, but I would say a bit. When it was final and I actually did get the call and it happened. Yeah, I didn't cry, but I was actually at the breakfast with my son and my daughter, or my wife, and it was weird. It was a couple minutes of just sitting there kind of reflecting, thinking what's life going to be like not in Green Bay anymore. But luckily, the Bengals called me up, and I'll be playing there now.
Did you go to Bengal games when you were growing up?
Oh, yeah. I grew up going to Riverfront Stadium and watching Boomer, Ickey, all those guys play. So it was something that I knew if I could ever get back to Cincinnati, I definitely wanted to give it a shot. And luckily, it was a reality, and Coach Lewis and Coach Gunther, the D coordinator up there, and everybody have been awesome so far. So I'm definitely excited.
How do you look in orange, though?
I don't know. I haven't even tried a uniform on, jersey, anything. So we'll see. Probably not very good.
What number are you going to go with?
I have no idea. My family's been asking me that too, and I have not asked, or I haven't heard of it either. I don't really care. Whatever they give me is fine with me.
Any thought to retirement? Since you're 31, did you talk to your wife and say, you know what, maybe I come home and that's it?
No, not really, to tell you the truth. Throughout the season, we kind of knew something could possibly happen after the season was over. That Packers might let me go, and we never really even explored that. My wife talked about it, and it's cool either way, whatever I do. But she asked me if I felt like I needed to hang it up, if I wanted to try to keep my health intact and everything. But I was honestly, with how I feel, no, I want to keep playing. I feel great.
First former teammate to reach out to you when you got released?
Ooh, it's a great question, Dan. Actually, Aaron left me a message right away. He called me and left me a message, I think, the day it was happening, because I kind of had an idea going in, or I knew a couple of days before it was public, when it was going to become public, I guess, and kind of tipped him off. And he left me a message, and then got messages and texts from a lot of my former teammates, and talked to the trainers back there all the time. They're big fans of you, actually, so I'm going to miss those guys for sure.
We talked to Jordy Nelson yesterday and just touched on a little bit how the season ended, where, if there was a checklist on how to blow a big game and cost yourself a Super Bowl appearance, you guys certainly did it. But how many times have you relived that of what could have been, and if it bounced a different way or something happened, you would have been playing the Patriots?
Oh, believe me. I mean, I think all of us relive at least a little bit of that every single day, because you can't really escape it everywhere you go. Even though we've had to try to find a way to get past it, you never truly would get past it. But you run into people you haven't seen in a while, and the first thing they do is open their arms up, look at you like your puppy died, and try to give you a hug, or they get mad at you. They had to blow it. We already bought our tickets to the Super Bowl, and I had a flight made and all this stuff. So it's like you can't win, but I understand. It was even after the game, I remember in the locker room, it was just I think we were kind of in shock at how that game got away from us. And Seattle just made some plays, man. They took it from us.
And that's a long way home, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's a long way home when you win, let alone lose. When you lose a game like that, and it's like you said, we one or two bounces our way or different plays, we knew we were going to the Super Bowl. So that's a tough one. I've lost in 2 NFC Championship games now, and it's not an easy thing to digest.
By the way, I did ask Jordy Nelson to check your locker today to see if you left anything, and if you did, to have him send it to our man cave. So just so you're not going to need it anymore.
I did. He can, believe me, you can have whatever you want, but the truth is, I've been cleaning my locker out the last 7 years after the season, preparing for them to cut me. So I don't know if you're going to find too much in there. You might find some chapstick or something, but you're not going to find anything good.
We checked the Bengals rosters. Let's see. All the numbers from 50 to 59 are taken except for 54.
Ooh, okay.
Are you all right?
54 is a good number. I don't know. If they give me that, I'll take it. I like it. Zach Thomas he's one of my heroes, so he was 54.
Can you go off the board with the number?
And go what, like number 1?
Could you do Jadeveon Clowney at South Carolina? Could you do a single digit?
I do not see the NFL, Dan. You you got to protect the shield. They got all kind of rules, so I don't know. That's not really. I don't really have the type of pull to try to challenge any of those rules. I'm not Chad Johnson or any of those dudes like that. So I just kind of keep my head down and hopefully stay in line.
Well, good luck. Welcome back home, and thanks for joining us. We'll have a good summer. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
All right, A.J. Hawk, formerly of the Packers, now with the Cincinnati Bengals.